Penn State On Demand is a service of Penn State Public Broadcasting, and now you can support WPSU when you shop online. Visit WPSU.org/shop to make purchases from national online retailers, and WPSU will receive a portion of the sale with no extra cost to you. So start your online shopping at WPSU.org/shop.
In this episode of We Are the Millennials, we take a look at the largest student-run philanthropy in the world, THON. From the families to fashion and everything in between. Every generation has events that shape who they are. The greatest generation defeated fascism in World War II. The silent generation was defined by ambiguity and the forgotten war. Baby boomers had Woodstock, and Generation Xers had the introduction of personal technology. But it is the millennials who could be the next great generation. Join 13 Penn State students as they discover what it means to be this generation. We are the Millennials.
Hello and welcome to a special edition of We Are the Millennials. Hi, I'm Tom Hannafin, joined here by Caleb Blakesley at the Bryce Jordan Center here at Penn State University. Just a couple of days ago, the Penn State IFC Pan-Hellenic Dance Marathon took place, more commonly known as THON. And Caleb, this event has been taking place for over 30 years.
That's right. Actually, Tom, Maggie and I actually explored the history of THON and how it's changed since 38 years ago until now. Penn State IFC Pan-Hellenic Dance Marathon, also known as THON, raised over $9.5 million in the fight against pediatric cancer, solidifying itself as the largest student-run philanthropy in the world.
Since 1977, the money fundraised has been given to the Four Diamonds Fund, which is the sole beneficiary of THON's fundraising efforts.
THON has been going on for almost 40 years, and today, our generation has given the word philanthropy a whole new meaning. The very first dance marathon took place in 1973, where it raised $2,000. Couples signed up to dance for 48 straight hours, which was considered a competition, filled with lots of rules and regulations.
You were out there competing and you wanted to be the last ones on your feet. And the way they did that, the way they determined who was the winner, and there were actually winners then, it would actually time how long you took off your feet. And that would all be points deducted from your 48 hours. So it was based on 48 hours of dancing minus however much time you took off to do things that weren't dancing.
Today's 46-hour dance marathon is no longer a competition. The only opponent standing in the way of the dancers is the pediatric cancer.
Everyone knows about how this started a long time ago, and it was actually like a partner dancing competition. But I didn't really know all the facts, and I was told that my friend's mother danced in the very first THON. So she was like, oh, suck it up. I wasn't even allowed to go to the bathroom. I wasn't allowed to eat. She wasn't allowed to do anything. But obviously, we're allowed to go to the bathroom anytime we want. If we want to go walk around the hallways, it's actually encouraged a lot of times if you're getting to the point where you need to move around.
Although the moves may have changed, one thing still remains the same. It's all for the kids.
It's wonderful that people are able to get together, so many people, thousands of people at this school, and do it, this selfless thing for these children who really, they benefit from this so much. I mean, our two THON families, they look forward to this weekend all year long, so it really is for them.
When coach will dance, there were no pep rallies, moralers, or food to fuel their dancing.
Every couple had their friends who would come and root them on, and especially the Greeks would have, whole fraternities coming to cheer them on and whole sororities. And you lined people up in advance to come bring you food. There was no food provided, there was no water provided. It was you were on your own for those 48 hours.
However, when the dance marathon got its start, it was difficult getting the word out.
It was the first THON. It was my freshman year up here, and I remember there had just been enough hype in the Collegian, some signs around.
Now, our generation has taken the technological gifts we've been given to help the development of THON.
One new thing we had in THON 2011 this year was we released a text giving program. We actually only released it THON weekend, and you would text 50555, and in the text you would just say FTK, and that would automatically donate $10 to THON's total this weekend. It really did give THON, the THON final total, that push that it needed to get to over $9.5 million.
I think as students in this day and age, all of us are constantly utilizing technology every day, whether it's on our cell phones, on our laptops, and I think specifically mostly through email.
Although the publicity of the event has taken giant progressive steps,
Entertainment remains the same.
There weren't any outside bands that came in that I can remember, and most of them did commit and agree to come in and play a set during the dance marathons. And the rest of the time, there was always a disc jockey, even at 4 o'clock in the morning.
We had some bands come in. I know Graham Spanier's band came and played for about an hour, and he was playing the washboard, and everyone was really excited. And then also Larry Moore, he is the DJ for THON.
Now with a bigger venue and more publicity, Penn State has become an influence to other Big Ten schools.
The vast majority of Big Ten schools have dance marathons, and it's great to see students engage in philanthropy across the Big Ten.
I just believe that if we can do it, anyone can do it. It's something that, whether you're in a big school or a small school, if you can get everyone involved and excited about something like this, then you really can make a difference. And I really feel like Penn State is really showing all the other Big Ten schools and schools just across America that we can make a difference even though we're in college.
One of THON's largest fundraising efforts is through canning. Organizations head out to raise money and awareness for THON and pediatric cancer. Back in January, I went canning with my organization, Res Life THON.
We're going to the Bonners. They're our THON family. They live in Stewartstown, PA. It's about 2 hours and 20 minutes.
The Bonners have been our THON family for 3 years. Their youngest son, Wes, was diagnosed with leukemia at the age of 4. We are here to raise money for THON, but also to spend some time with the Bonners, because we won't see them again until THON weekend.
What's your favorite thing about THON? Squirt gun.
The next 2 days are supposed to be really cold. As we bundle up and prepare to leave, Andrea talks about our goal for the trip.
We'd like to raise at least 900, I think, because that's what we did on the first trip, so I don't want to make less than we did on any of our trips.
While in the car, my friend Leah prepares the canning materials.
I am putting wrappers on our cans, and so people who donate know what organization we're affiliated with. And with the can, we also have a poster that says our organization name, Res Life THON rather.
The weather really worked in our favor this weekend. A lot of people gave money to THON because they admired our courage to stand in the cold for our cause.
About 10 degrees outside also, so it's been pretty cold.
After the second day of canning, we headed back to the Bonners to count the money before we left. We raised a total of $675.80. It ended up being less than our goal for the trip, but it was still worth it knowing that the money will be going to a worthwhile cause, to help families like the Bonners.
At the end of the day, it's really about the kids.
That's just one of the many ways that THON volunteers donate money to the 4 Diamonds Fund.
And that money goes to families like the Pantalones and their son, Nick.
I'd now like to welcome an awesome young man and a cancer fighter to the stage. This is actually his very first THON, and he's going to be saying a few words to all of you. Please welcome the Nick Pantalone family to the stage.
I'm Nick, I'm 17 years old, and I fight cancer every day.
Last February, I was involved in an incident where a bus actually pinned me against a chain link construction fence. And I was okay, I was fine, but my parents still wanted me to go get checked out at the doctor's, and it's a pretty good thing that they did.
They found a multitude of tumors all around my abdomen and pelvis. So, last February, I started going through chemotherapy.
The first question that entered my mind was, why isn't this happening to me? This is supposed to happen to a guy my age, not some young 17-year-old kid with his whole life in front of him.
I had a surgery last June where they removed about 80%. And right now, it's just been keeping stable, and we're looking for the time, the doctor visit, when Dr. Greiner at the Hershey Med Center will say, Nick, it shrunk.
And whenever I do have fear or insecurity with all this, I just turn to my family and friends for support, and they're always there for me.
We had 4 jocks and then we had Nick, and it took Dad a while to realize that the 5th kid wasn't going to be an athlete, but he was going to be himself, and he was going to be his own person.
Cancer hasn't deterred me from being valedictorian of my class.
I'm a member of National Honor Society, National Spanish Honor Society, and I do all of our plays and musicals, as well as sing bass in our chamber singers and play bassoon in our wind ensemble. And I'm currently working on my Eagle project. Right after school ended, my whole family and I went down to Orlando, Florida, and we went to all the major theme parks down there. That vacation was truly amazing, and I'll remember it forever. Just feels so good to be inside a theme park of any kind and experience what they have to offer. I've always loved theme parks. It started probably because we lived in Hershey and I grew up with Hershey Park. I currently work there as a ride operator. I also build amusement parks in my basement. What I like most about theme parks is just the overall atmosphere, how it's all so fun, energetic, and happy. I have at times used the analogy of a roller coaster to my life. And like in my mind, I always picture Storm Runner at Hershey Park. It starts off with a launch, just like February 2010 was. Started out of nowhere, then it goes up a hill. Like my first round of chemotherapy, I had no idea what to expect. It was scary. Going down the drop was continuing with chemo as well as shrinking the tumors too. And then just going through more loops and inversions, it's been like my surgery, finding new growth, new medicines, new chemos. So it has had its ups and downs through it.
I've never let cancer change me. I'm still the fun-loving, enthusiastic guy I've always been.
Yeah, he's the strongest person I have ever met, so, and know.
And I think he's an inspiration to everyone, really.
Nick has a certain grace about him and a certain nobility that puts everything to the side. It puts all his troubles to the side because he's such a powerful, has such a powerful attitude, such a life force to live and to complete his dreams. But certainly the support from the 4 Diamonds and the wonderful, wonderful staff at the Hershey Med Center. I mean, they're part of Nick's team.
All my friends and family behind me have been amazing. They're on my team too. And also, everyone in this room is on my team.
When we started living at the Med Center and getting all the bills that our insurance wouldn't pay, the 4 Diamonds was there for us for everything.
To all those kids going through what I'm going through right now, just hang in there. You'll get through it, and it'll get better, and you'll look back on it and feel how strong you were. In the future, I see myself living a happy life, either at Hershey Park, Walt Disney World, or Universal Studios.
In the future, she and I are going to put happy stickers on people that come into Nick's park. We're going to be the old people that stand out there, and when you come in, we're going to say, hey, have a great day at Nick's Park. Here's a sticker. Here's a happy sticker for you.
I don't want to survive. I want to live.
THON is definitely known for its crazy outfits and colors. All the committee members, captains, dancers participate in wearing like bright colors, funny hats, like socks all weekend long. It's just a good way to keep the dancers active and alive and having a fun time throughout the weekend. And it's, to the kids, long weekend is like Christmas. So it's one weekend away where they get to think about nothing else but having a good time and being a kid again. So this whole like fun, playful atmosphere is truly where like all the colors come into play and like the crazy fashions of THON.
Our kids are very young, our THON children, so they like to see colors and have fun, and anything crazy they love, so I think that's our inspiration.
For morale in the dancers, there's 4 main colors, green, blue, orange, and red, and when each dancer is assigned a morale, they're also assigned their color. So during THON weekend, they'll participate in activities that are designated as color wars, so the 4 colors actually compete against each other, and then the winner is announced at the end of THON.
One of the staple items of THON are the crazy pink furry hats that everyone sees around, which is known for an organization called Atlas. They started wearing them because, as best as we know, one of their THON children loved them. So all the Atlas members have them on throughout the weekend in the stands. And Atlas actually this year just raised over $1 million for THON, which is a huge accomplishment as an organization.
What the line dance is today, I guess, probably started around 2002, and then it's developed over the years, I guess. So the purpose of the line dance really, for me, just kind of shows the unity of this weekend. You know, for 4 minutes every hour or so, we have everybody in the room doing the same exact thing, you know, and just showing our pride and our support for these kids.
And Kayla, there's probably nobody more colorful on the floor than the dancers themselves.
I couldn't agree more, Tom, but I did actually hear that you got to take a look in at what these dancers do to prepare for those 46 hours.
Well, they're so dedicated and they put themselves through so much. They have to change their diets, their exercise habits, and especially their academic program. It's a very stressful process for them to get ready for 46 consecutive hours at THON.
To me, the ultimate goal is just to be able to be involved, period. Whether you even get to go to THON or not, the goal is just to help. Whether you can go canning, whether you can go to THON weekend, whether you can send some THON envelopes, that is the ultimate goal, is to help the kids and their families.
Dan Levy is about to do his part for THON 2011, dancing for 46 consecutive hours. The senior will take part in the most physically demanding task THON has to offer its participants. He has spent the last month changing his diet, adjusting his study habits, and exercising properly for the event.
I'll just go for a run, and then I'll try to do some like core stuff, just some ab work and stuff like that. Just stuff to keep my cardio up, to keep my legs in shape.
THON donors like Terry Loesch, owner of Rapid Transit Sports, play an integral part in preparing the dancers. Terry offers his time and expertise with footwear to get the students ready for the long weekend.
You treat them like they're running a marathon. The main principle is you're looking at the flexibility or rigidity of their foot, and you're making sure by choosing the right shoe that they're going to stand for 46 hours in a mechanically neutral position.
Terry was fortunate enough to attend the first THON back in 1973, but has been assisting dancers at his store for the past 27 years. He even recalls aiding injured participants during the rec hall days.
You said, my dancer's not going to make it. She's in a pair of Nike Shocks. Her knees are swelling. She's not going to make it. You've got to send somebody up here and do an emergency shoe fitting on the floor. I know you can help her. So we went up, took 10 pairs of shoes up, matched her foot, got her arch back up, and she made it.
Dan was one of the many dancers who came to see Terry for advice, but he has spent most of his time getting himself ready for the event on his own. He has been cooking healthier meals on a regular basis, taking care of his academics ahead of schedule, and preparing his body for an event he says doesn't even compare to what the kids are going through.
No matter what I'm going through, anything I'm gonna feel is temporary. It is something I will get through. Even when I'm, it's hour 35 or 36 when I'm dancing, I'm still only gonna have 10 more hours, then I come back and go to bed, and I'll be, back to life as usual tomorrow. But for a lot of kids, they can't just put off cancer.
This is the kind of determination Dan shares with over 700 of his fellow dancers. All the hours they put in individually pale in comparison to the 46 hours they will spend together, united for one cause.
Though some of us are dancing on the floor, we all are in it together to conquer cancer. It's a year-long effort. It's something that we all do, and we do it together.
The last 4 hours of THON are probably the most emotional part of the entire event. It doesn't just affect the families and the kids, but every student and volunteer involved.
That's right, Tom, and I would probably also say that the last 4 hours are the most anticipated time of the event because all those volunteers and students or dancers are really waiting to see that big reveal of how much money they made.
Incredible. There are no words. It's, you know, beyond anything that I expected. And to look at the leadership that this group had, I'm so proud of this overall committee, and all of the students that I've interacted with have just been tremendous in what they're doing. So focused, so calm, so steady, and so pure in their intent to help people, that I think of this number not as $9.5 million, but 9.5 million expressions of love that come, you know, from the purest place. And I'm really proud of what they've done, and the whole Penn State community is proud of you.
As we come to a close, individuals across the Penn State campus are already planning for THON 2012.
To learn more about THON, go to www.thon.org. Check us out on Facebook at We Are the Millennials, and also follow us on Twitter at PSU Millennials. Thank you for joining us. For Caleb Blakesley, I'm Tom Hannafin. Thanks for watching.